Shonan Panic Living number 1. This is Rob on News from the Other Side. It's Monday morning, the somethingth of June. What is the date today? It must be the 24th of June. After a very, 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 very long absence from News from the Other Side as a podcast or News from the Other Side as a YouTube channel video or News from the Other Side as an art show event, we are back. At least I'm back. I'm going to try to keep it short today. And just going to talk about one thing for a change. On Friday evening or late afternoon, 4:15, I dropped the kid off with some friends and cycled to Zushi. About 16 kilometers-ish, 10 miles if you're imperial. And met up with friends David from California and Thierry from Marseille. And they were going to do a loop of Miura Peninsula. And I'll post some links down below later to either Strava or Google Maps or something like that. Anyway, we went counterclockwise, so I'm going to draw it counterclockwise for you. And so we started in Zushi at 6:01 p.m. from the Lawson convenience store, which is just outside of the station and to the left from the station. And we dropped down like this, past Hayama. So I'm doing it in reverse for your viewing pleasure. Reverse for me, but right way for you. And down along the coast to right around, I think it's Ogusuyama. It's the highest point on the Miura trail run. And we left the main road, which is kind of a 2-lane highway called National Route 134, just before the Maeda River. And we went into some local neighborhoods, crossed the Maeda River, hung a right, went out to the shore and came upon a dead end. So we turned around and went back. We were following a route which Thierry created. So we went back up the Maeda River and hung a right again, and then followed along the coast, and suddenly started rising up through the neighborhoods with some very, very steep terrain. I'm looking at the Strava map right now, my Strava activity map. And somewhere up there took slightly, briefly, either took a little wrong turn or I waited for the guys to catch up. I was pacing them on a bike. They were on a bicycle. They were running. I just kicked something under the table. That was that sound. What is that? Oh, I kicked the counter that's on the other side of this table here. Then we hit some stairs. So I'm carrying a road bike on my shoulder and a backpack with the guys' extra gear because they're running, so they want to carry as little as possible. And I created a Strava segment, which, for those of you not familiar with Strava, it's a GPS app which basically records different fitness criteria, and using GPS, it estimates things like average speed and total distance and it creates a map of whatever activities. There are a lot of apps that do this now, so I probably don't need to explain in detail. Um, but anyway, I created a segment called Places Friends Don't Take Friends on a Road Bike Part 1. And this segment, it's kind of like a speed trap or something using GPS. And this segment is this the 1 kilometer one or the 1 mile one? This segment is 1 kilometer long with an average grade of 0 because it ends up, it goes up and then it comes back down. So it averages out. But the lowest elevation is 5 meters above sea level, highest 35 above sea level, and elevation difference was 30 meters. And because my friends did it as runners, they're not on my ranking here, but I am ranked first out of 2 people. It took me 9 minutes and 35 seconds. And somebody called Ishi Atama Dekachi. Mr. Ishi, maybe Big Head. I doubt that's his real name. With an estimated power outputage of 42 watts. He took 10 minutes and 58 seconds. I had a power outputage of 79 watts for 9:35. And I can see that this video is already going to, just like old times. I used to just go on and on and on. So I'm going to try to back out here and go back into the activity. And there's no, I'm doing this on YouTube, so I'm not going to edit this, and there's no pause feature. So this will be Shonan number 1, Zushi, part 1. And back to my map. All right, so we're right around the area of Maedagawa, and we're dropping down through the forest. It's nighttime now. It's fully dark. The sun has set. Saw a beautiful sunset. So we're going down the coast now on the west side of the Miura Peninsula, past Maedagawa, and we're still off the highway, and we're going down some steps to another river, but I can't read the kanji. It's the kanji are, I think, I don't know exactly how to read them, but it's Minami and south and bright or light, Hikari River. And so come down the stairs and start hearing this kind of weird kind of banging sound, but lots of banging and not rhythmic, just kind of a cacophony of clink, clank, 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 clink, clank, clink, clank, 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 but lots of them at the same time, so I can't do it with my mouth. And we saw a light, and we were thinking, what kind of party is going on out here in the woods? You know, maybe somebody's beach house or something, because we were coming back down toward the coast. And lo and behold, it was a temple or a shrine, and I guess kids were practicing taiko or something, taiko drumming. And it wasn't, you know, like the Japanese taiko drumming has a very unique rhythm. It's not 4/4, and it's quite different from, you know, European or quote unquote Western style percussion. But we were able to identify where the sound was coming from and what was making the sound. And that was kind of the beginning of the night's adventure. You know, not even yet. Let's see here. Let me see if I can figure out how many kilometers into this was. Just 11K into the night's adventure. All right, so that's part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Peace out.